Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi, and today's practice is a hip focused flow. It's still a Friday Power Flow, and we're still going to have fun. So what do you say? Will you practice with me? We're going to get started in downward facing dog. I hope you will practice with me. Let's get started. Come onto your mat. Come into your downward facing dog. If you want to get started in child's pose, you can get started in child's pose. Set your foundation, your hands and your feet. Set your gaze or close your eyes. So the beginning of your practice. And begin by feeling your body and feeling your breath. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. A big inhale and a big exhale. Maybe some movement. You can move your head around, your hips, or walk out your dog. And this feeling of beginning. This is the beginning of our practice, but you can begin again at any time on or off your mat just by coming back to your breath, taking a deep inhale and a big exhale. My hands were feeling really dry, so I put some lotion on them. And now I can feel my hands sliding. As best you can, a steady and intentional foundation. I should know better than that at this point. Hips are high. Let your head drop. Take another deep inhale. And a big exhale. Bring your feet together a little bit forward. Extend your right leg up to the sky. Let your left heel sink a little closer to your mat. Connect down through your hands. Press down away through your hands. Let your head drop. And with your right leg lifted, bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. Take your right knee up. Right foot over to the left. Maybe a little bit of movement if you want to wiggle your toes or move your knee around. Strong through your core here. Take your right leg back up. Roll the hip down. Right foot to your right thumb. Lightly. And then gently bring your left knee down. Untuck your left toes. You're setting up your kneeling lunge. You can keep your hands here on your mat. You can bring your hands up to your right knee just to get a sense of this. And if you want to pad your left knee, fold the left edge of your mat under. Ground it through your right foot. You can set your gaze here, close your eyes, soften your shoulders. Right hand to your right hip, left arm reaches up to the sky. Reach up and over to your right. So lengthening through your left side body, letting your left shoulder roll back. Dipping into your hips here. You can keep your right hand where it is, or you can reach your right hand down for the ground, maybe a block. And notice your breath. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Softening into it, a big inhale and a big exhale. As you inhale, reach both hands up. You can look up. Exhale, hands to your mat, back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here and empty out. Feet come together once more, a little bit forward. Left leg up to the sky, and check in as you lift your left leg. Even though you have an idea of what's coming next, right, your foundation right here, right now, your breath, and you right here, right now. With your left leg lifted, bend the knee, down dog hip opener, left foot over to the right. You might roll open the left shoulder. You might roll it down, really focus on your hips. As you inhale, take your left leg up and then lightly step your left foot to your left thumb. Bring your right knee down and tuck your right toes. So you're kneeling lunge on this side. Again, the option to pad your right knee. Ease into it. Hands on your mat. Bring them up to your left knee. Toes are soft on your left foot, bending your left knee. Hips forward and down. Now your left hand to your left hip. And your right arm reaches up and over to your right, lengthening through your right side body. Lengthening and deepening your breath, letting your breath lengthen and deepen. Shoulders soft. Left hand might reach down for the ground here. Right shoulder gently rolling back. So opening up, still opening across the front of your body. On your inhale, both hands reach up. Again, you can look up, go back a bit. As you exhale, hands to your mat. Left foot steps back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, empty out. A big inhale here. As you exhale lightly, walk or jump to the front. Set your feet, soft knees, rise to stand. Come all the way up, reach, fill up, Hands to your heart. Exhale. Set your gaze here. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes. You might set an intention for your practice today. Together, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. As you inhale, sweep up, reach and lift, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat, step back, high push-up. Move forward, halfway down or all the way down, low push-up. You can also drop your knees. Big breath in, upward facing dog, maybe your cobra or your low cobra. And as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog, or add in your child's pose. At any time you can add in child's pose or any variations. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. As we move through this hip opening flow, I will offer different variations and poses. I always try to do that. But you can also feel the variation that's best for you. Take a big breath in here. Exhale. Walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, rise up. Lift and reach. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Our hips are related to Svadhisthana chakra. And that has to do with creativity. A piece of that is creativity. So really, as you move through your practice, even as you follow along, still creating your own practice, your own experience. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, rise up. Fill up. Fold forward. Exhale. Empty out. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A big breath in and a long breath out. And breathe in and breathe out. A deep inhale here, fill up. Exhale lightly, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, hands high, heart lifts, fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, fold forward. Exhale. Utkatasana now, chair pose. Set your feet, bend your knees. Hands high or at your heart, strong through your core. Sitting down, sitting back, bringing your hips back. Take a deep breath in here. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana. Spin your back foot flat. Reach your hands up or work with your hands at your heart. Even as we move through this hip-focused flow, still feel your foundation. 2 feet on your mat here. You're building from the ground up. Your intention, and absolutely your intention and your breath, part of your foundation. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward now. Warrior one. 1 step or a couple of smaller steps. Bending into your front knee. Maybe take your front foot a little more forward. Bend your front knee. Let your hips sink down. Connect through your back foot. Lift and lengthen through your back leg. Lift up out of your hips, lengthening here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale here. Exhale, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog, exhale. Downward dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. Back foot flat. Rise up. Exhale. Hands down to your mat. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Left foot steps. Warrior one. Rise up. Exhale. Hands come to your mat. High push up to low. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. downward dog. Right foot steps again. Warrior one. Come up. Open out to your warrior two. Check in with your feet. Lengthen your stance. Here again. Front foot maybe a little more forward. Hips sink down. Lift up out of your hips, long through your spine. Lengthen out through your arms and your fingers. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Drishti here, setting your gaze out over your front middle finger. Maybe you close your eyes. You can also turn your head to the side. Take a deep inhale. And a long exhale. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your right hand high. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Still that deep bend in your front knee. Lift from your right hip. Long through your right side body, a big inhale. Exhale, hands all the way down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot again. Warrior one. Come up. Open out. Warrior two. And from here, come on into your horse. Pivot to the side. Turn your toes out, knees open out, hips sit down. You can begin with your hands at your heart. Just get a sense of your foundation, and then you can maybe move a little side to side. Let your hips sink a little bit lower. Shoulders track over your hips here. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, hands through heart center. Toes are soft. Inhale, sweep up, reach. Exhale, hands through heart. Inhale, sweep up. You can set your gaze or close your eyes. Exhale, hands through heart. Feel if you have room to sit a little bit lower. Hands at your heart. Steady breath here. One breath at a time. A big inhale. And a big exhale. If you need to come out of it, you come out of it. Just come back into it. You lose your breath. Right? So you might come out of your practice, come out of the moment. Reconnect with your breath. Come back, begin again. A big inhale and a big exhale. Once more, as you inhale, reach your hands up, all the way up to stand. Hands to your heart. Pivot your toes in, heels out. Bring your hands to your hips or to your low back. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, fold forward. Hands come under your shoulders, halfway lift. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bend your right knee. Connecting down through the baby toe side of your left foot. Just a breath or two here. Toes are soft, not a lot of weight in your hands. Inhale, come to center. As you exhale, switch sides, bending your left knee long through your right leg. Again, toes soft so you're not hanging on. As you inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend right, and you can stay here. Or you can drop a little bit lower. Come up onto your left heel. You might bring your hands to your heart. You can keep them to the ground. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Shoulders soft, face soft. Hip focused flow, but we're grounded. Still with an open heart and an open mind. As you inhale, come through center. Exhale, switch sides. Bending that left knee. Maybe you come up onto your right heel. Hands down at your heart. You might be higher. You can play around with it, absolutely. Right? Create your practice, your experience, something you feel good about. A deep breath in here. And a long breath out. As you inhale, come back to center. Now pivot around toward the back edge of your mat. Left toes point towards the back. Walk your left foot a little to your left, coming into our lizard pose. Hands on the inside of your left foot. You can keep your back knee lifted or you can drop it down. Left knee tracks over your left ankle. And you can stay up on your hands. Or you might come down onto your forearms. You can adjust your left foot, taking it to the left, maybe a little bit forward. Again, so your knee here is tracking over your ankle. And once you find this, you can either focus on drawing your left knee in towards your left shoulder or letting your left knee intentionally fall out to the left. So you roll up onto the baby toe side of your left foot. Just different variations, different sensations. Same with your back knee lifted or lowered. You can feel it out, not rushing from one variation to the next. But if you are trying different variations, taking your time, exploring intentionally. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. If you're on your forearms, come back up to your hands. And from here, step back, high push-up to low push-up. Inhale, Upward dog, exhale. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. A big inhale here. Exhale, walk or jump to your hands. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Set your feet, bend your knees. Hands high or at your heart here, ground through your left foot. Draw your right knee up towards your chest. Take your right foot across your left thigh for your figure four. So a little bit of balance, a little bit of a hip opener. You can stay upright or you can begin to tip forward. Flex your right foot so the right heel to the left, right knee drops down. If you want to work with hands at heart, you can bring one elbow to your knee, and that's a little bit of a self-assist. One elbow to your right foot. You can play around with the arm balance if you like here, but I'm focusing on the hips today, so I'm going to stay here. Maybe sit a little bit lower. Steady gaze. Little lift to the chest, the heart. Breathe for 3, 2, and then nice and easy. Come all the way up to stand. Drop the right foot down, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. And that is one of the beautiful things about the practice. You can choose your focus in any practice, in any pose. Right? Part of your intention is, part of setting an intention is, what will you focus on today? Take a big breath in here. Exhale, walk or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward. Warrior one, rise up, exhale, hands down to your mat. High push up to low. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one, come up. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward again. Warrior one, come up, open out. Warrior two. So you can practice like creating your own experience here on your mat, choosing what you want to focus on, what you want to give energy to. And then you can practice it as you move through your day, as you move through your life. Big bend in your left knee tracks over left ankle. Maybe lengthen your stance, still maintaining stability, but your hips can sink a little bit lower. Strength and stability, but also some softness. So if your feet are too far apart, you might find yourself hanging on with your toes or just plain hanging on. Ease off a little bit, soften and enjoy, even when it's challenging. Spin your palms to the sky and take your left hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Lifting from your left hip, your left side body is long, right leg is long. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands come all the way down. High push up to low push up. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps again, warrior one, come up. Open out to your warrior two and come on back into your horse. Turn your toes out, knees open out. Your toes not so far out that your knees roll in. You're able to open your knees out, sit your hips down, watch out for leaning forward. Hands at heart just for a breath or two as we get into this. And maybe a little bit of side to side movement that might help you settle in, settle down. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, big circle, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Once more, bring your hands to your heart. Feel if you have room to sit a little bit lower. Now, just settling into stillness. The movement is helpful, helps move energy, but sometimes it's also distraction, which can be helpful when there's a lot of sensation. But allow yourself to feel the sensation, to feel that you're in your body, strengthening and softening. Again, you can always ease off. You don't have to torture yourself. But we do tend to like to distract ourselves when things get challenging. Take a long breath in and a big breath out. On your inhale, sweep your arms up, straighten your legs, come on up. Hands to your heart, toes, pivot in, heels turn out. Interlace your fingers at your low back. You can put a towel or strap between your hands. Drop your knuckles down, lift your chest, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. So I love the shoulder rinse, even in a hip-focused practice. Let your head hang down. Take a deep breath in here. Then a long breath out. Another big inhale. As you exhale, drop your hands down. Hands under your shoulders, come halfway up. Take your feet a little bit wider. Then you're going to come down onto your knees for frog pose. Knees down. So this doesn't work. You can come back into horse. Here, 90-degree bend in the knees. Knees pretty wide. If you want an extra layer, you can fold your mat or stick a towel under one or both knees. Knees in line with hips. Heels in line with knees. Feet are flexed. You can stay upright. You can come down onto your forearms. You might have some room to take your knees a little bit wider. And instead of coming really far forward, right? Hips still in line with your knees. You might have room to come all the way down. Let your head land on your hands or the ground or a block. And taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And, right, no joke, it shouldn't hurt. But you'll feel a sensation. Is it sensation that you can stay with? Taking one breath at a time. Adjust as needed, but notice if you get fidgety, antsy. Following your breath, a big inhale. And a big exhale. A deep breath in. And a long breath out. Big breath in. And a full exhale. Right, feet are flexed, toes can be soft. You might find you can soften your shoulders, soften your face, your jaw. Right, awareness in your hips, Svadhisthana chakra. Color is orange, so maybe you visualize an orange ball of energy. Right, awakening, turning, energy flowing. Take one more deep breath in here. And a big breath out. And then nice and easy. Coming back up and into that wide-legged stance. So adjust your feet so you have stability, no rush. You can walk your hands back, bring your hands to your, don't bring your hands to your hips. Keep your hands down on the ground, halfway lift, and then start to pivot around toward the front edge of your mat. So your right toes point towards the front, coming into lizard. Right foot a little to your right. Back knee lifted or lowered. Right knee tracking over right ankle. Stay on your hands. Come down to your forearms. Did you know what you're getting yourself into when you started this hip focus practice? We're getting into our hips. Creating a flow, creating connection and awareness. One breath at a time, taking care of our hips, but really taking care of our whole being. Now you can keep your right foot flat, or again, you can drop the right knee out to the right, spin onto the baby toe side of the foot. If you're on your hands or your forearms, maybe forearms on a block, still a quality of lightness here, still lifting up, so engaging your core. And taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Now right foot flat, make your way up to your hands and step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Even child's pose is a hip opener. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. And I don't know if opening the hips, if that's the right words to describe this, but all the muscles around our hips, and just bringing awareness to that energy center. Bringing awareness to our energy. Take a big inhale, exhale, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Set your feet, bend your knees, set your gaze, ground through your right foot. Left knee draws up towards your chest now. Left foot across your right thigh for your figure four. You can stay upright, hands higher at your heart. Here again, you can start to come forward. Watch out for rounding forward. So still long in your spine. Your spine is in your body. Maybe hands at heart, one elbow on the knee, one elbow on the foot. It acts as support, but also a little bit of a self-assist. You can play around with the arm balance if you like. You can choose your focus. Right, so even as we play around with this hip pose, right, again, building from the ground up our root chakra. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. A big inhale and a big exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Left foot down beside the right. Reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push up to low push up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale. Downward dog. Feet come together a little bit, forward right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Down dog hip opener. You can flip your dog if you like. And from here, we'll come into half pigeon, which is the hip opener that I typically teach in any practice. You can set this up on your back. Take a big breath in. Lengthen and fold. Maybe after all of this, focus on your hips. Maybe there's a little more space here. You might notice what's different about it today. Noticing what's going on right here, right now, what you're working with. Working with your body. Maybe you're working with a whole lot of busyness in your life, in your mind. That's so much of why I practice. I think we practice. So we have a little bit of space from all that business for ourselves. And yeah, you get sucked into it in your head. Come back. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. The Bija mantra for Svadhisthana chakra is VAM, V-A-M. So that might be something that you add in. Using the mantra here. If creativity is something that you want to focus on in your life, you can use the mantra during your day. Svadhisthana translated loosely means dwelling place of the self. So creativity, but also, right, who we are. Who we are. Hands under your shoulders. And back to your downward facing dog. You can stick in a three-legged dog or a flow if you like. Bring your feet together and forward. Now your left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee. Down dog hip opener. You can flip if you like. And come on into your half pigeon on this side. A big breath in. And a long breath out. And if the chakra stuff isn't your thing, that's okay. You can feel what's happening in your hips, what's happening in your body. And there is a quality of opening up. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. I think part of what we open up to is that it is more than just a physical practice. That we are more than just our physical bodies. A long inhale. And a long exhale. Right leg is long behind you. You might find you can soften your right knee. You can set up the variation on your back if that works better. Fingers are soft to soften your face and your jaw. Especially if there is a lot of sensation, feel if you can soften by using your breath and allow yourself to be a little more supported. I think that is part of what we feel. And we feel that we're energetic beings, not just physical beings. that we are energetic, energy, and spiritual. And take a long breath in. And a long breath out. And when we feel this, we can feel connection, support. We have the opportunity to create new connections and support for ourselves as needed. This practice is a huge support. Take another big breath in here. And a long breath out. Hands under your shoulders. Back to your downward facing dog. A three-legged dog, a flow. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale here. And as you exhale, walk or jump your feet through your hands. Come to seated. Reach your feet forward. Reach your hands forward. Lower back slowly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover your shoulders and your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Set your feet flat and come up for your bridge or your wheel. Your bridge, so maybe a little more hip focus. You're lifting your hips, so you might choose to stick with bridge. I love a wheel in every practice, so if you want to add that in, you can. If it feels good just to simply lie on your back, add in rest, or use a block under your hips and your bridge. Right? Your choice. Absolutely. Create your own experience with breath, with intention. A big inhale and a big exhale. A deep breath in and a long breath out. Big breath in, fill up, lift up. Big breath out, empty out. Soften your toes, soften your face and your jaw. Take one more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly come all the way down. Soles of your feet together, knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. From here, we will move into Shavasana. So I invite you for this Shavasana. Keep your feet together, your knees wide. This is a hip opener. You might want to bring your hands to the area between your tailbone and your belly button, right? So where you would imagine, visualize Svadhisthana chakra. You might see the color orange, the Bija Mantra Vam. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. All right, the choice is yours, but absolutely choose to stay here, Shavasana, just for a few moments for yourself. Let's take another deep breath in and empty out. Here you can take a deep breath in. Then a breath out. Maybe add a little bit of movement. You might draw your knees to your chest. If you want to add in a twist here, you can. When you're ready, making your way to seated. Hands to your heart. You can set your gaze, lower your gaze, or close your eyes. Together we'll take a deep breath in. Then a breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me for today's Friday Power Flow. Something a little different, a hip-focused flow. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Didn't talk a whole lot about the hip, the sacral chakra. So if you're looking for more of a chakra flow, I have one of those, and there's a link below. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. Thanks for joining me today. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon.